Justice for Daniel. Justice for Daniel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm excited, y'all. This is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this next episode of Love is Blind Minnesota. Take a moment, like, share, subscribe. As you can see, I'm already excited about this episode. I know many people are saying this season is boring, but there's a lot of conversation to be had. There's a lot of human behavior to talk about. And it is just fun to watch how people are dating now in the world. So let's talk about how I started. Because how I started is how they started on Love is Blind. My notes are already pulled up, y'all. It's already pulled up. So remember last time, episode 6, we were talking to Taylor about how she thinks Daniel followed her on Instagram. All of her personal information, the fact she's a nurse, what she looks like, she loves Christmas, all of that was there. And I was like, that's suspect. But she said, oh, she remembers and knows who followed her and unfollowed her. She thinks he was the person. Was he sitting in front of a Christmas tree with a drink? He says no, he was in front of a fireplace. But Daniel was he and hawing, and people were thinking, you could be lying. I still think it was kind of sketchy because there were 4 nurses in the program. Tons of people love Christmas. And how he was sitting, and you remember someone that you yourself didn't follow, I didn't follow along with that. And, they have mutual friends, apparently. They've talked, and she said that also scares her. And he's like, okay, he never followed her on IG. Then he says, hey, it could be possible, especially if they have mutual friends. It could be possible. But he doesn't remember it. He acknowledges that it will be a crappy thing to do if that was the case, to follow and follow and use the information on IG to date her in the pods. We agree with you, Daniel. We agree. So the producers slink on in and say, Taylor, if you need your phone, we will give you your phone back so you could check it. Anything you need to kind of calm your nerves. Kudos to the production for giving her that option. Kudos to y'all for giving her the option to double check, because there's no way she would have decided if to go on the vacation, if to stay with Daniel unless she checked. But y'all, the awkward thing is Daniel's sitting there while she's checking. She got the phone, she got to ask for the Wi-Fi, and she's just scrolling through, and he's just sitting there like do, waiting for her to scroll through and seal his fate. But the way he was sitting there chill is where I was like, okay, he isn't, maliciously doing this. He doesn't even know what's going on too much. He's like, I ain't following her, and if I did, it ain't there. So it turns out he is not there. Y'all, justice for Daniel. All of y'all who were saying he looked guilty, act guilty. Yes, it was a 50-50 chance, but justice for Daniel. He's been vindicated. It was not him. So she says what I was thinking. She says she feels crazy. Now, y'all, how is Daniel supposed to feel in this relationship? At least she wasn't really, really yelling and carrying on. At least she wasn't really deep to it, but she was scared, okay? We'll acknowledge that Taylor was scared. But how is he to feel secure in this relationship? Because what you think is your reality, but it may not be true. And I'm hoping that Daniel ain't thinking that she's using this like I'm thinking. She's using this to get out of it with him because, his height. He says he'd been rejected before by women because of his height. And I don't want that to be the basis of anything. Please, 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 Taylor, please don't break his heart because of his height. I'm just saying. And Daniel, how do you feel secure in this relationship? You tell me, because I wouldn't be able to trust someone since they were so adamant even without the phone. I understand they needed, some kind of clarity, but not the right way to start off an engagement. But Daniel is very understanding. He says whatever she needs to process it, it's okay. He's okay with it. And I just want Alexa to play My Mind is Playing Tricks on Me. Okay? I need that to play because Taylor's mind is playing tricks on her. Daniel says, he probably thinks that she's not into him. That's what he thought at first. And Taylor says she's glad he is patient, and now she feels really bad. As you should, Taylor. Yo, I'm sorry. I don't like the wrongly accused thing. I understand. I understand she has a right to feel this way, but take all that stuff off your IG, Taylor, and the rest of you. You shouldn't have your entire life laid out on IG that anybody can meet you in public and tailor themselves to you. Pun intended, tailor themselves. And we're talking about Daniel and Taylor. So the song they play is Give Me Something New. Please give me something new. So the something new we have for y'all is the same old, same old. We have 5 couples: Joey and Monica, Devin and Virginia, Sarah and Ben, Lauren and Dave, and we have Taylor and Daniel. So we're going to Honduras, y'all. I don't know. Was our relations with Mexico on the teeter-totter since back then? Because we in Honduras this time for the vacations. They're from Minnesota, so they have to be in LA for filming. Well, I guess we in Honduras. Virginia and Devin, he has a Kobe sleeve, Kobe Bryant sleeve. He has a feline sleeve of all the different, wild cats, which look really good, Devin. And just like Virginia, I like the cat eye, the feline eye. That was so well done, Devin. And he has a cartoon sleeve. And Virginia was like, you still watch cartoons? You still play video games? I'm like, what in the immature man have you been dating, Virginia? But I understand, ladies. I understand y'all deal with men who are watching cartoons and playing video games. Here's what I would say, okay? I'm not judging. I'm not judging the men or the women who love them. I'd rather you playing video games in the house than running the streets. Okay? How about that? To the ladies, if the man is playing video games or watching cartoons at home, he's at home. He's not running the streets chasing cartoons. Okay? So Virginia says that she is now his best friend now. Y'all, I always look at that real wild when someone says they're their partner's best friend. It's like, no, you got a best friend. You're my partner. You ain't my best friend. But it could be both. That's just me. He makes some old lady jokes. He's like, because you older than me, and all this stuff. And Virginia says she is attracted to Devin, which I love to hear. She says she's lucky and she lucked out to be with him. Love to hear that. Virginia, you opening up now? I love to hear, because I'm worried that whether you really like him. So she says she's really nervous, and y'all, Virginia was playing in her hair the entire time, and I'm wondering if that's just a nervous tick. Like, she's sitting there like, yeah, yeah. I think that's nervousness, and I understand her. She's there in front of the camera all the time. The song they play is Even on the Other Side, You Will Be Mine. So I guess the other side of the pods. Lauren and David, there is uncomfortable silence between these two. I don't know what's going on. They talk about her wax job that she got before she came out here and the restrictions to her activities. Okay, y'all who get waxes, y'all know. Y'all who don't get waxes, find out. There are restrictions to what you can and can't do. Okay? He is, they're affectionate. He is rubbing her leg while they're talking. But y'all, there is awkward silence between Lauren and David. Or y'all call him Dave, but I'm just like, I don't know how this is going to work. Sarah and Ben, they need to pose in front of the mirror so they can see it. Y'all, I ain't never been that vain. I don't know why, but that just kind of wigged me out. And I'm like, is that a thing? Leave it in the comments. Is that a thing? Standing in front of the mirror with your partner and posing? Like, how do we look? How do we look together? And then thinking about the Christmas card poses. Y'all, can we... you make it into Christmas? Can we make it to the wedding? Let's just get to the wedding. The song that's played is We Can Break the Sky. I guess you can get beyond the sky. Taylor and Daniel. Daniel feels great being with her. She says she gets a Christmas ornament from every place she has been. Okay? That is, so when she is putting up her Christmas trees, remember she got 4 trees in her 1-bedroom apartment. Okay? When she's taking out her ornaments, she can reminisce on all the trips she took because there is a Christmas ornament for each location. Let me know what you think in the chat. I think this is so awesome. I think this is so sweet. Now I'm thinking, dang, I've been so many places. I could have been getting Christmas ornaments. But then I didn't put up a tree this year. So what would happen then? So he goes and uses the bathroom, and she's like, "You need me to run the water?" He's like, "I don't need all that." Clearly, she may need it, Daniel. She don't want to hear your tinkle, okay? She doesn't want to hear it. And then he walks out the bathroom, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 wash your hands!" And I'm like, "You, Daniel, no!" How many times have you done this before? I'm just saying. My thing is, okay, here's my take. Taylor, I finally like you because that's what I do. Next is Monica and Joey. They joke, um, and they joke about, he's left-handed, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's so hot." I love their banter. He said he liked the dance she did in the pods, her dad's dance, and he gonna need an encore. And they're just having great conversation, great contact. But I'm worried it can get to friend zone, homie vibes soon, and I don't want that for them. The song played is "Ready to Love Again." Lauren and David, they're in the hot tub. It is awkward. She asked him, she asked him about how is this awkward, and he said it's not. Y'all, it's real awkward. It's like we're not comfortable physically being around each other. It could be nerves, but it's looking awkward. And the note I put in here is room for Molly to step in. Because if this is awkward and he ain't feeling comfortable, and Molly comes in with her fresh personality, and we ain't got to worry about stuff, it's you and me, and we good, that leaves room for Molly to step in. All I'm saying. Song is Little Did I Know. Taylor and Daniel, he said he's very excited to be with her. She it looks away, she says, to put herself back in the pods. Taylor, dear, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I started off real bad on you. Be careful with that. You've said this about 3 times that we have seen. It could be given indication to your partner that you don't like what they look like. So yeah, she says she's more comfortable with him. So I've got to, acknowledge that for her. But the song says so one perfect. Sarah and Ben, they're talking about sleeping in the bed and how, she says she gets overheated and hot. He said he brought a fan with him, not a big box fan. Of course not. You can't pack that. Or can you? Let me know. Does TSA allow you to take a box fan, y'all? Is that considered luggage? Anyway, Ben said he brought a fan. And he said, this will be great with the fan and the, door open. I'm like, Ben, we sleeping with the door open in Honduras? Not just Honduras, even Florida. A warm place? A new place? We sleeping with the door open? What about lizards? What about wildlife? I'm sorry, y'all. We did not see a screen on the door, okay? And even with a screen, I don't know if that screen ain't got a hole in it, okay? Why are we sleeping with the door open? I don't mind taking a nap in a hammock outside, but y'all, I am not sleeping at night and having a door open in Honduras for anything to slither, walk, or slide in. Not happening. So, in getting his fan, he knocks over the goblet, and luckily it was only full of water. And they had a great interaction. She goes around the bed. He rolls over the bed. It was really a good reaction with these two. I'm still worried. But they're having great banter. Joey and Monica, he said he never slept with a white noise machine before, and he's not sure about it, but hey, he's willing to try anything once. He said he has slept with rain sounds before. I don't know, chat. Y'all leave it in the comments. I just can't do the sounds, and I understand. She said it's because she's a light sleeper. She will wake up to any sound if she doesn't have a distracting sound. Okay? So they did talk about, how it was in the pods. They were joking about it, and Joey stops that talk and says he really likes her eyes. Now, this is what I wanted to hear, a little more romantic conversation between them, so I don't think that they'll end up in the friends or homie vibe. She says she's worried their connection will be different. It is different, but it's still good. So I'm liking that for them. I mean, Joey and Monica, y'all are making strides. I'm loving it for y'all. Really loving it. Virginia and Devin, they're all cuddled up, y'all. They're cuddled up, and he, says he likes laying with her, and she says he's comfortable. And I'm like, Virginia, say something. No, he's saying he's comfortable. He likes laying with her. And Virginia ain't saying anything. But Virginia, I think they edit what you said out. That's all I'm thinking. I don't think you just left him high and dry. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, okay? Lauren and David, y'all, they're awkward, cuddled up too. And I'm like, Lauren, you look like you have buyer's remorse. Do you still want this man? She says, oh, you know what? When I sleep, I get warm. He's like, girls usually get cold. I'm like, is that a clue, Lauren? Are you telling him you don't want him up under you because you get too warm and it'll be heat on heat? I'm watching you, Lauren. These little songs and digs. And the song says, never loved someone like you. Now, y'all, they played this song for a long time. And I got to say, I had to go back. There's a lot of songs that they're playing for a longer period. Like I'm hearing a whole verse and chorus. And I'm like, are they making up time? Are they making up ear space to fill up one whole hour? What are we doing? I'd rather see more interactions with the people than hear the song for a whole verse and chorus. Devin and Virginia, they do a couples massage. And Devin says that Virginia has turned him into a believer for massages. Now, y'all, this isn't the first time I've heard this. This is not the first time that I've heard that once in a relationship, the lady takes the man for a couples massage or just a massage, and he really enjoys it and wish he'd done it before or longer. Men, and for the women who love them and are with them, why aren't you getting massages? Why is massage not part of self-care? That is a question I have. Could you put it in your comments? For the men out there, why are you not going and taking massages? And do you not consider massages part of self-care? And if so, how do you self-care? How do you take care of yourself? Because again, mind, body, soul, how are you taking care of yourself? So he says this is so easy for him. He can tell her anything. And I'm like, what has she told you, Devin? What has she told you? Because we're not hearing her tell you anything. But then, y'all, she says, yeah, Mrs. Buckets sound like a good name. Is your last name for real Buckets, Devin? Is your last name for real Buckets? And you are the basketball coach? Because if it is true, that is hilarious and coincidence. I absolutely love it. Mr. Buckets, the basketball coach. That, I'm sorry, that is so awesome, Mr. and Mrs. Buckets. Lauren and David, she jokes that he snores and he was worried about it. Apparently his previous partner, made him very self-conscious about it. Says, it usually takes a lot for Lauren to be physically attracted, but not now. Okay, she says she's attracted even with all this awkwardness. David found it hard to be emotionally connected before with other people, but that's not the case with her. Okay, y'all, we're making strides as a couple. He said he usually would meet someone, then he will go check out their IG, check out their information, and then a hard pass on them. And he said that is so foolish now. That is so not important. David, you sounded like what Taylor was afraid of. Okay, now, Taylor, I'm back on your side. I understand. David said exactly what you thought. Meet you, check you out on IG, probably hit a follow, and look at all of your information and make a gander at yay or nay. But in David's case, he met you first. Taylor, I understand now. I got you, girl. I got you. Lauren said, hey, this is the world we live in. And they like that they can both communicate well. And she affirms that about him, that he does communicate well. Now, they do a dunk tank. Why? Why? Who thought this was fun? The water better be warm. It should have been a hot tub. Why are we dunking? Why are we dunking people we like? And we're building a relationship. Anyway. So we get a little clip of Sarah and Ben. They go snorkeling. It looked absolutely fabulous. It looked absolutely like they're having great fun. I am still worried about Sarah and Ben. Taylor and Daniel, they are walking around town. It looks exactly like Honduras, the island of Roatan. Looks exactly like that. They say they have a physical connection. Okay, okay. I'm taking my foot off the brake a little bit for these two. She's glad they came and didn't go home. She's glad she kind of got over things. Okay, my foot is further off the brake. She said she feels badly, about the situation and how it was handled, but doesn't regret having the conversation, but she regrets how she handled it. Beautifully said, Taylor. Daniel said it's the only way to handle it. It was a view in how they will handle things in the future. And she said, hey, my mind spirals. And I'm like, is this a mild spiral or do you spiral further, Taylor? Because while I'm taking my foot off the brake, now I'm like, I need to still tap it, still need to hover over the brake a little bit. He feels like the luckiest man. Hey, you probably are. And Taylor says no one has spoken to her like he speaks to her and affirms her and pours into her. Who have you dated, Taylor? Who have you dated? That this whole IG thing. Maybe you dated the David type. Y'all, now I'm worried. I'm worried Taylor's gonna be like, I know David. David did that to me on IG. David followed me, unfollowed. She does like her ring. She said he did a great job. Y'all, I'm feeling this for them. I'm feeling this for them. I'm really okay. Okay, do I have a second couple to root for? Because I've been rooting for the short king. Okay, Daniel, please don't have me regretting this, please. Joey and Monica, they have dinner. He said he's bugged about the off-center fireplace because he says he has OCD. He said his OCD was a way of him to control his life when there was chaos and where there was chaos. And remember, he said his sister was sick. They were in and out of the hospital helping her. So his life has not always been smooth sailing. Totally understand that. He said it gets worse whenever a stressor occurred. When his sister was going back to get treatment, that is what would happen. He said everything was counted or it had to be touched in a certain way. He said it's weird, but he had an urge to do it. Y'all, Monica was very understanding of this topic, and I was too. The way Joey was describing it was nothing like the little prelims we got. And I really did appreciate that. So he said they tried to get him meds, and he said no, he's going to overcome this. And he said he forced himself to change. And Monica understood how much that took for him to just change his whole way of thinking and being. I love this conversation for them. It seems like they're getting deeper and deeper into their relationship, and I love this for them. Virginia and Devin, she feeds him. She just feeds him the chocolate colored strawberries, and I just love it for the two of them. He says he's open to all experiences that she shows him and gives him. Well, hey, you already had the massage. Apparently, y'all, they packed the same swimsuits. These are two people who didn't know each other that packed the swimsuits. Is it odd or is it good? See, y'all, we can't tell. Let me not be judgeful, but I'm going to be. We can't tell Taylor this because the minute Taylor sees that you bought the same swimsuit as her, she's going to be like, dang, you were following me in the store. You were following me on IG. You just brought all the same wear so you could match me and you found me in the pods. Y'all, that's just me being a little icy to Taylor. Sorry. The song they play is So Into You. But while they're playing that song, we see them cuddled up in the pool. But she still look like she's holding back, y'all. Virginia look like you're holding back. Okay. David and Lauren, they sail. They take a sailboat out on the ocean. They talk a lot about overnight sleeping habits. Why are we talking about sleeping habits? We should have talked that in the pod. That's all we seeing. They say none of them have really shared a bed with someone in a long time. Lauren thinks sharing a bed is so intimate. David said no sex yet. Nothing like that yet. She's not ready yet. And Lauren, I hope you wait until after he sees Molly, because my thing is I wouldn't want to share myself and then he meet Lauren and then he leaves me for Lauren. Sorry, leaves me for Molly. David wants to be there longer without the outside world peeking in. He doesn't want the outside world's influence. What are you afraid of, David? He says nothing she's doing he hates. Nothing at all. then why are y'all treating this like a progress report on the relationship? There's nothing you do that annoys me. Okay, okay, check mark. Yes, no, or maybe. Apparently, he knows both of her exes. They're in small circles. And Lauren's like, are you cool with that? He's like, He did ask her if she was seeing someone before the experiment, but he didn't realize it was so soon before the experiment. Lauren said the more time she was with that person, she realized they're not the one. She downplayed it, y'all. Lauren downplayed it a little too much. I know y'all say I get hard on the man, and I guess this season I'm more hard on the women. She downplayed it. Lauren said she knew he was not her person, okay? And she never met his friends or family, so it really didn't go that far. He said, but I never had a relationship in the past 4 years. He's dated, but it's never gotten far. He does bring up Molly, and he said he was weirded out when Molly said her last time dating someone was 6 months ago. Because remember, Molly told us she never had a boyfriend before. She never had a serious relationship. So her last dating cycle, I guess, was 6 months ago, and he was weirded out. Meanwhile, here come Lauren saying, yeah, a few weeks before, a couple months, I was with someone. So you didn't ask Molly and Lauren the same question? David! He said he is concerned that this was more recent than Molly's experience. Like, how do you go from seeing someone to now being ready for marriage? Legitimate question, David. Legitimate. He said, is she nervous about him talking to Molly? And she deflects and like, are you nervous about talking? No, Lauren. I peep in your game, Lauren. I'm peeping your game. He said, he does think about meeting Molly. Y'all, and the song they play is Love is a Sticky Game. That's where the episode ends. Tell me what you think. Lauren is deflecting because I think it was a closer relationship than she letting on. Maybe that guy is waiting on her because we've seen this before on Love is Blind. Lauren, we're peeping you. Taylor, I'm glad you're kind of getting over it. My foot ain't completely off the brake with you and Daniel and your short king, but I can see the potential of a great relationship. Virginia, I feel like you're holding back. You're making strides, but it seems real slow, but steady. Hey, Devin like it. I love it. Y'all, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.